I had to change my location because the sun was doing a whole lot. So for you guys who do not know me, I am Donna the Billionaire. I am coming on here today to talk to y'all about taking risks. Come on now. I'm throwing off because my cousin just called my phone with some craziness, but taking risk is so important. I'm going to tell y'all why. Because today I took a risk of my own. And so I don't teach nobody to do nothing that I don't do. If I talk to you about going to get a coach or buying a workshop ticket or going to a summit or anything, it's because I believe in investing in myself. I believe that you are supposed to put yourself in the room. Because if you're in a room with people who are more successful than you, you're going to do nothing but continue to grow, right? So, two things happened today, right? First thing is, I was strolling online last night. Just strolling online. And I saw the Social Proof podcast post something about if you want to get on a hot seat, you know, DM me, whatever. So I did it. I didn't think too much about it. I was just doing it. I thought like maybe he had mad people who wanted to come on the show. Next thing you know, I ended up getting the invite. It was amazing. But I literally left some for show money to go to this podcast, you know? And respectfully, I very much enjoyed his podcast. I'm not saying this to like discredit or nothing. What I'm saying is, when you go to the Social Proof podcast and you see the views and all of that stuff, like, it's not like it's hundreds of thousands of views. So it's not like, oh my God, I have to get here to get this exposure, whatever the case is. Even though I appreciate the exposure and I had an amazing time, and like I really do appreciate the exposure. But what I'm saying is that wasn't my first thought, right? It wasn't like I have to do this because whatever. It was more so I was excited about an opportunity to be in a room with somebody who was more successful than me. At the moment, I wasn't looking at the exposure because I was more so taken by who podcast it was. Automatically, I just knew it was a blessing. I was like, he not even charging me for this. I asked him like, do I need anything when I come, blase, whatever. They're like, no, you don't need nothing. So, when you go on podcasts, you usually have to pay. So I was like, okay, cool. That was nice. I'm like, that's nothing but a blessing from God for real for me to get picked. And I just filled the thing out like 2 seconds ago. And they're not even charging me to come on this podcast. I'm like, okay, cool. So the whole time, I'm not even thinking about something that I had to do today, which would have been for show money for me, But taking that risk changed everything in one day. And David Shands is probably somewhere thinking like, this girl is difficult. She thinks she know everything. You can't teach her nothing. Like, I don't know what he probably thinking about me. I don't. Because my personality type is what it is. I really, I really don't mind what other people thinking about me, because half the time what they think about me is wrong, because I learned a lot today. I learned a lot today. Like, I wouldn't take this day back for nothing. I wouldn't change this day for nothing. I wouldn't change my decision to miss out on money to go to that podcast, because I learned stuff that was priceless. And I think even people who are like, farther in their career than I am, I think that they look at stuff exactly how I'm looking at it right now. Like, everybody can stand to learn something. Even if you're doing something that's actually beneficial to you, you're probably doing something that's already making you money. You probably feel like you is cool with what you're doing. But it's always, anytime you can learn something, take the opportunity. And so I didn't really know what I was going to learn there. I didn't even expect for it to go how it did. I really didn't know what to expect, to be honest. But I took the risk anyway. I was like, you know what? I'm finna miss out on a couple dollars. But I've been following David Shands for like a year. I've been watching his podcast for like a year. And what I do know is that he's a respectable person. What I do know is no matter whether he dressed up professional or not, because he be fly. Like, no matter how laid back he is, he's a respectable person. And I don't know respected by whom, you know what I'm saying? But I do know that he has obviously done great things to be in a position where he is right now. So I was just like, I feel blessed that I was even in the eyesight. You know what I'm saying? Because I've been following him, but how many people do you follow and you know for a fact, for one, they ain't following you back, and for two, like, this is why I'm thinking like this, right? Let's just think about other people who have podcasts, right? Ash Cash, even one of my mentors that I know I'm going to work with eventually, Miss Skittles, they have automated text groups and stuff like that, but don't nobody never respond to you. I've been trying to get on Ash Cash show, whether it was pay or not pay, for 2 years. I haven't heard back. But guess what? He always sent a text message about, hey, I'm Ash Cash, blah, 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 but never respond to you actually trying to get, and I don't know why people do that. Like, if I had an email list or a phone number list where people, I really can interact with them and we both can help each other, because I was even willing to pay on go on his podcast. I never heard back. Miss Skittles, she got an automatic text message things too. I was asking, like, if I could pay to use the bakery as a co-working space. Never heard back. I asked about certain things, like, never heard nothing back. So a lot of these text messaging communities, I don't think they be really reading them. So when that came up, I didn't think automatically I was finna get an interview. But now I know that I'm supposed to never put God in a box and always have high expectations when it comes to what He's doing in my life. That's what I do know. And I learned that just off other things. But today showed me that God don't play by me, okay? So I filled out for it. I ended up going down there. He was extremely polite. When you watch the show, you might think like he intentionally being rude or whatever like that, but he's really not. He really just like trying to open your mind to things. And it don't mean that he always right, and it don't mean that you wrong. It just mean that we having a conversation and we opening up our minds today. We being open-minded today. And so what I realized is that I'm strong in many areas, but if I was to actually cut down the lot and just focus on where I eventually want to be, I will be 10 times further in my career than I am right now. And he told me something powerful today. He said that he cuts out a source of income every year that made him money before. And that was my thing. It's like, okay, I want to focus on being a public speaker, but I got my lash company, I got my tax business, and I need those things to continue generating because they do really well. Like, but he was like, and that's coming from somebody who further than me. He like, look, I make sacrifices. Even if all of them are making me money, some stuff just gotta go. So that was something that I needed to hear. And while I'm in a position to be able to live and still have money put up that's taking care of us, I think that this is a perfect time to, I would say it's the perfect time to cut out the extras. I ain't gonna say unnecessary because it makes me money, you know what I'm saying? But I think that it's the perfect time for me to do it because I have the leverage. And if I focus on it now, I'd be more further than what further in the thing that I really want to do. Not just doing stuff that's making me money. I want to be far along in what I really want to do. So basically, the moral of the story, I missed out on for show money today to go meet with somebody that I admired, and it turned out to be a good thing for me. So some people be in fear, like, oh, well, I actually need this money, and if I don't get it, I might lose a client or whatever the case is. But I'm in no way, form, or fashion thinking that way after I left the interview. Like, I 100% feel like I made a great decision by not chasing that dollar to go get insight that's gonna last me a lifetime, right? Thing two, I received a email from an acting agency that I've been working with since I've been here in Atlanta, and I got booked for a movie this time. So I've been working with them for a little while, but I usually get booked for like background shows and stuff like that. And this time it was for a movie. And I know for a fact that I'm gonna be missing more money when I go do this movie, because they pay us by the hour for the movie. Like, I look at the acting as exposure. Like, it's finna be on TV. Like, somebody gonna see me one day, whatever. I look long term when it come to acting. I don't really worry about what they paying me, because you on set all day. Like, I feel like that's crazy, because I can make $300 to $1,000 in maybe an hour if I do some of the stuff that I'm doing. But when it comes to acting, it's like, this is something that's gonna play repetitively. You just never know who's gonna see you. So I go ahead and I do the acting gigs. But that's another example of me taking risk and not being so strung up on. Basically, I was trying to tell me, like, okay, this for show money and it's gonna help you, but the opportunities that I'm placing in front of you are gonna get you way further. It doesn't make you instant gratification. It's not making you money right this second, but it's conducive to your future. You know what I'm saying? So I honestly had an amazing day today. And I just wanted to encourage y'all, because you might be thinking like, man, if I go here, I'm finna miss out on $500, I'm finna miss out on $1,000. But who cares if you learn something in a room that changes your whole entire life? Like, and what's crazy is I ended up spending some money anyways, but, and I don't even see the receipt of what I paid for. Like, I'm about to tell him. Okay, y'all. I gotta be patient with myself, and I gotta rest. That's what I have to do. Cause baby, I be on the go for real. Especially when I'm in my go season, like January to March, April. That's my go season. Actually, I start my growth season in like September, October. Like the end of the year is like the beginning of my year. But yeah, it was dope, y'all. I don't know when the hot seat gonna come out, so y'all make sure that y'all follow the Social Proof Podcast. Um, David Shen's Instagram is Sleepers for Suckers. Y'all might end up seeing it somewhere on there, but I just want to encourage y'all, don't move from a place of lack, and that's meaning like, oh, I don't got enough to pay for this class, or I don't have enough to pay for this, to go to this business event, or whatever the case. Like, networking is priceless, because you never know who you're gonna meet. You never know how that connection gonna come back around. You hear me? That connection might, matter of fact, come back around and hit your hand for real. Like, and regardless to what type of connection this is, or it would end up being in the future, I gained some serious clarity today. Like, literally some serious clarity today. I just feel so bad because I feel like I am like a person that butt heads because I'm so strong-willed, so strong-minded, and I really believe in the stuff that I do. But when somebody's trying to tell me something, I have to just be teachable, you know? Just be teachable. That's the number one key to everything. Just be teachable. Let me go on here and see what Ethereum trying to teach me, because he was trying to tell me that it's going to take 10 years for me to make $1 million off of Ethereum. And I think he lying, because it went from 1,600 to 2,900, and I need to put 1,000 in here right now today. Ethereum is really doing something, y'all. You know what? I think it's the older people that don't believe in cryptocurrency. Because he said, what, you gonna wait 10 years? It ain't been 10 years since crypto went from 16 to 29,000. I mean 2,900. It's been probably like 2. So imagine putting 15,000 or 10,000 on Ethereum and it's going up how it's going right now. Like, ooh wee, this is good. So let me see. I can't even do a year. See, this is what I'm saying. Like, just literally 3 months ago, Ethereum was at 1,900. It's now at 2,900. It went up a whole $1,000. This is not a joke. But you can't get people to believe the stuff that you believe in, you know? But that's what I wanted to tell y'all. No risk, no reward. I had an amazing day. Y'all definitely can catch me on the Social Proof Podcast in the hot seat. And yeah, I feel like what I gained today was worth more than the money that I was gonna make, and I was actually gonna make a pretty penny today. But it's okay. I do this every day. I do taxes every day. I make shipments every day. You know what I'm saying? Like, I didn't lose anything. I gained more than I lost today. So, very excited about that. I love you all. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. We risk takers this year. Don't hold yourself back because you don't believe that it's going to work out. How you know it's not going to work out if you don't just go and see? Let's change our mindset from always thinking about what could go wrong and just start thinking about what can go right. Okay? Let's set our mind on everything that can go right in 2024, and let's see where we end up at. I want y'all to definitely come back to this same video and tell me how when you started to think about everything that's going to go right, you took more risk, you made more productive decisions, and you became more assertive. Because a lot of people, the only reason why they hold themselves back is because they scared to talk to people. They just scared to step up to the plate. So I love y'all. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Hit that post notification button. I will see y'all in my next video.